Hi, and welcome back to yet another vlog. Now the thing is that this time we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. Today is Saturday, the 2nd of May, and basically I just spontaneously decided that for the next 7 days I'm going to be trying to complete 12 50-minute sessions of studying in just 7 days, which may sound like it's not that much. Also, during the week I don't really have that much time to get schoolwork done, so it does make things a little bit harder. However, I think it is very doable if I actually put my mind to it. Also, this sort of challenge can help me also to start studying actually well, because exams are coming up in not too long. They're like right around the corner. Very stressful, but I actually have to start studying a good amount now. So this, as a measure of time of what I need to do this week, can motivate me to actually study enough and procrastinate less and to just be more productive. So basically that's my plan for this week, and I'm gonna bring you along with me. So now basically it's 11:33 and I'm about to start studying for today, and basically as for a few calculations that I've made, basically that's going to be, apart from breaks, 10 out of the 60 minutes in every session is a break, and then the other 50 minutes are actually studying. So basically that would amount to a total of 600 minutes of studying, which is going to be 10 hours of studying without counting breaks, which would mean that if I studied for the same amount every day, I would have to study for an hour and 25 minutes, which would mean about 2 sessions a day, which is actually very much doable unless I have any interruptions during my week, which then I can hopefully account for on other days. So basically that's the plan of action that I'm going to be having this week, and hopefully that can help me put into more like sense how I can actually study a good amount this week. So basically, time to start. I have a lot of things to do this weekend, so I should get a pretty good chunk of these hours in. And yeah, basically let's get to studying. Hi guys, so as you probably saw, I have finished my biology assignment, which took so long. It took two full sessions, and now I'm finally done, which means it's time to move on to the next task, which I think the next thing I'm going to do is study for maths, because it's quite tiring. So I don't want to do it at the end of my day because I know I'll be way too tired to actually study it well. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing next. And yeah, basically I've already completed like the daily time that I would like need to study if I want to do that in a week, like the 10 hours in a week thing. So I mean, I'd say that that's at least a small accomplishment, but obviously I have so much more to do. I've only one thing, so I'm going to have to keep moving on and just doing more things. So I'm probably gonna finish quite late today, but okay, yeah, let's move on. Hey guys, so I actually took a bit of a break, but now it's time to get back to work and continue on math because I've been on break for quite a while now, so let's go. Alright, well, update. I finished studying maths. This was like not really the most productive session for maths because like basically I like was kind of distracted and like wanted to just like be done and over with it. But a lot of the things, for example, like there were a lot of things I hadn't revised, like we hadn't done at school, like the exercises that I had. So like skipping some, and also some of them were like really easy where it was like, oh my goodness, it's a waste of time because it's too easy. But anyway, I managed to finish that, and basically now I have an essay to do. I left my book at school accidentally because I had rehearsals for like I had a school event that I was presenting at, and so I had to go to rehearsals, and so I didn't like realize that we had this essay to write, so I didn't bring my book with me. I got the page from somebody else, and now I am going to actually move on and write this essay. It isn't for a grade, but hopefully I can still go relatively good because we still get a mark on it, just so we know how well we went. So yeah, basically I'm gonna get to work on that. Hey guys, so it's Sunday morning and I'm about to start my math past paper. This is going to be my second one this year, and yeah, basically it's time to start it. Hopefully I go well. I did study for the topics in this test, well, not test, in this past paper, so I should go better than I did in the last one, because if you don't know, I did another past paper and it went really bad because I didn't really have because we finished our syllabus early, and so we ended up doing past papers first thing, and I hadn't prepared for all of the for a lot of the topics yet, and so I ended up having that as a problem where I didn't really know about what I was really doing in that past paper. But now hopefully I should be more prepared. So yeah, basically I'm gonna head to it and hopefully things can go well. I'm relatively confident that they will though. Okay, off we go. Okay, hey guys, so the past paper is done. It took me the full 1 hour and 14 minutes, and I actually finished like just a few seconds late because there was like a question, like those, how do I explain them, where you have to solve for x and then you have to bring them like to equal 0 with like the x squared and the x and the normal number. Anyway, if you don't know what I mean, sorry. It clicked at like the very last like minute or two, and so I did it really quickly, and hopefully I got at least a few marks because I don't know if I had a mistake somewhere in that question. But yeah, I definitely went better than my last past paper, which is good, which also means that I've improved, but I was studying the topics which I knew were gonna come out, so I guess that makes sense. And yeah, basically now the plan is I'm gonna take a bit of a break, and then probably I'll study a bit of geography because I didn't do that yesterday and I was intending on doing that. which means that so far I've gotten an hour and 40 minutes of studying done, and now it's time to see how much more I'm gonna get done while working on geography, because I don't know if I'm really gonna study anything else today, but yeah, that's the plan. Hey guys, so I'm back from school. I actually was in a really bad mood today, but basically I'm about to start my work for today. Basically I'm going to be working on maths, and also I'm going to be working on my French homework. My goodness, it's loud outside, but yeah, basically that's the plan for today. And I'm about to get started now because it's quite late. I washed my hair, so yeah, basically let's get to it. Guys, well, from the looks of it, I'm pretty much done with maths. There was a question which I got really confused on, but I managed to solve my mistake, and I don't know, maybe I think I might have dinner now. I'm not sure exactly, but I did the French homework that I could without my file because I forgot my file. Well, I have my file in my locker because I didn't bring my key to school because I forgot it at home to unlock my locker. And yeah, basically I'm gonna have to bring out the papers tomorrow. And the person who gave me the pages that I needed to work out, like pictures of the pages, actually had already given her some of the pages, so those I'll have to do another time. And I thought I was gonna have a social studies worksheet to work on, but I found out that the deadline is on the 30th of May, so I'm not gonna be doing it for now because it's currently still the 4th of May, so I have quite a bit of time to do it. For the rest of the day I'm gonna eat. Maybe I will do something that's small, I don't know. Which, by the way, just to preface, if you notice that I'm in the same shirt, yes I am, but it is washed from yesterday to today. My mom just like washed it today already, and so I wore the same shirt. But yeah, basically those are the updates for now, and I'm glad I'm done. Hey guys, so I'm back from school. It is now Tuesday, and basically the plan for today is that I'm about to jump straight into work. I didn't get like I did actually do some French homework yesterday evening, which did increase my study time by at least 15 minutes, which means that I have achieved like the 1 hour 30 minutes that I needed to do for the day. And basically the plan for today's sessions is that I have French homework, and I also have a small chemistry test that I have to study for. It's very small, it's just like about extraction of aluminium because we're doing metals right now. And after that, all I need to do is maybe like study a bit of maths if I have time, because then this evening I have to call my friend who's going to be my PowerPoint for a presentation we have to make for tomorrow, because they started presentations today, but we have to fix part of hours and also rehearse how we're going to practice it. So yeah, time to head in to work, and let's see how much I can get done. Well, hello, we have made it to Wednesday, and once again I'm about to start my work because it is gonna start getting late if I don't start now. So basically, very good news, at least for me, is that on Friday I'm not going to school because I have an appointment instead of having to go to school, so I get to skip out, and that makes it that I also will probably have a bit more time to fill with studying on Friday. But also that means that a few assignments, well, not assignments, but a few worksheets that I have to do that are for a grade I have to start on today, because that would mean that my last day of school this week is tomorrow. So I have to get started on that. I have, first of all, one for religion that I've had printed, and to be honest, it's gotten really crumpled because I left it in my bag, in a paper bag, and you can see how that probably went. And also I have one for social studies, so I have to do those both today because the only chance I have to give them, my teachers, those worksheets is tomorrow. So basically that's the plan for today. If I have time, I'll probably study maths again, and we'll see what else we have time for. Guys, sorry that it's dark in my room right now, but I'm too lazy to get up from my chair, which yes, I know it's a weird position, but chairs are ergonomic and it's low-key comfortable. So yeah, basically I just finished work for today, and I am so proud of myself for what I just did, because essentially, first of all, today I actually got a lot done. I did my religion SBA, then I did my social studies SBA, then I reviewed the very small amount of flashcards that I need to study for my chemistry test tomorrow, which I'm relatively confident in that. I think I'll go good. And then I decided that with the time I had remaining, I would review my first topic of biology from this year, because at the end of this month, like near the end of this month, I'm going to have a test on like the first 5 topics that we've had, and then a week later I'm going to have the rest of the topics. And I decided to start with the first topic, and I was so surprised to find out that I literally know the topic like basically by heart. It was insane. I sped through the flashcards. I had 219 flashcards, and I did them in a matter of less than 25 minutes, which for me is very, very good. I basically knew every flashcard by heart, except for like a very small few. So probably for this test, I won't really be reviewing this topic, and even for the exam, maybe I'll review it like once or twice more, because I know I'm really confident in it, and I am genuinely so proud that I managed to remember it, because I did study it a lot this year, because I reviewed it for the test, and then I also reviewed it for my half yearly, like my midterm, like earlier on this year, like last term. And basically I realized that I remembered it really well, and I retained the information like perfectly somehow. I'm very surprised that I'm that confident in it. But now the next topic that I have is topic 2, holozoic nutrition or digestion, which is much more difficult, probably the hardest topic we have this year, but also reproduction is also a close second. I don't know, they're like the 2 hardest topics that we have. I don't know actually, because I think I'm more confident in holozoic nutrition just because I studied it more, but in reality I think that it's harder. I'm not sure, because I haven't really studied reproduction that much, but I'll reach conclusions later. Anyway, I'm basically babbling on now, so I'm gonna go, but essentially I'm very happy with what I did today, and I was really focused, especially in this last part. Like genuinely, it was insane. Happy Thursday. I'm officially done with school for this week, and once again, per usual, it is time to get to work. So time to start. I did complete my chemistry test and hand in my religion and social studies assignment. Well, I keep saying assignments, worksheets. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Anyway, so I may or may not have another very small chemistry test coming up, because she gave us yet another one. Just about the equations of iron during extraction. So I'll start probably reviewing them for those, maybe even tomorrow, because I mean, there's barely anything I need to study, and I mean, all we need to know is the equations. So that's not really worrying me. Also, per usual, math. maths. I'm gonna have to study some of that. I didn't do any yesterday, but today we're getting back to it because maths is quite early on in my exam timetable because it has come out. Even earlier than that, I believe, is chemistry. Chemistry, I believe, is on the second day of exams, which basically means that I'm so cooked. Like, that's so bad, because then maths is on like my fourth day, which means that there's 2 days in between my maths exam, my chemistry exam, and my maths exam. And I do not have a free day, because that day in between them, where I don't have either of them, I'm gonna have 2 other exams, I believe, which, I mean, I don't really know what I'm gonna do about that, because yes, like, I remember last year, I had to basically skip studying the 2 exams that I had before chemistry, just to study for it. But obviously, I can't skip studying for maths, and keep in mind, I had a weekend, and instead of studying for the 2 exams that I had on Monday and chemistry, which I had on Tuesday, I think I only studied chemistry for that whole weekend. Again, I can't do that for maths, and I don't even have a weekend. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm rambling on a lot now, so let's actually get to work and see what we can get done for today. Guess who is done with her schoolwork for today? So basically, as for an update on what I did. What did I do first? Oh, I studied a bit of maths. I was doing work on like inequalities and also fractions, like adding fractions, subtracting, dividing, and multiplying fractions, which is all pretty simple. So I finished those really quickly. And then I finished those in about 20 minutes. And then with the remaining time that I had in that session, I started studying topic 2 of biology. And I continued that into the 3rd session, and I mean, I know it pretty well, definitely not as well as topic 1, even though I did look through it a lot. Holozoic nutrition is a lot more of a harder topic than enzymes, in my opinion. So at the end of the day, I still think that I did good, because I did know it pretty well, and a lot of the things I did remember. Also, don't mind me, because this chair, I genuinely just swing around so often. That's just me, okay? Anyway, moving on, then I did some physics work once I finished that, because I fell a little bit behind with physics flashcards. I thought I was further behind because I hadn't done physics flashcards in like 2 weeks. The week beforehand, we had rehearsals, and my physics teacher was involved in rehearsals, so we didn't even have lessons. So all I have is from this week, where pages with like notes, we only did 2 of them, because the remainder 3 that we worked on, storage ran out. But for the remaining 3 pages, it was actually exercises, so I only had to make flashcards on 2 pages, which really doesn't take long. So in about, like, I think actually it took me less than a session, because by the end of the 3rd session, I had already completed that. And so then I took a break, and for my 3rd session, which I was going to start, I looked through the correction of my maths work, and I had 1 question wrong, which I just did again, and I got the right answer. Very easy, because all we were doing was, well, all I was doing in reality was inequalities and adding, subtracting, dividing, and multiplying fractions, which is all very simple to me, at least. So yeah, pretty basic things to work on. And so basically, I didn't have anything like immediate that I needed to study, so I decided that for today I'm going to be stopping my work and I'm going to be relaxing. I don't have to go to sleep really early today, because, well, actually I still have to go to sleep early because I have an appointment tomorrow morning and I have to make sure that I'm there on time. But I probably won't be waking up at 6 a.m, so I get to go to sleep a little bit later, which means I have more time to relax tonight. So I'm going to go do that, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, happy Friday. Ignore the construction noises outside. I know they're really loud and you can most definitely hear them. But basically, I woke up, I went to my appointment, that went fine. We walked back home, and now I'm about to leave the house once again, because all I needed to do up here was take a sip of water, because now I had an event where people who got top 3 in like their subjects, like which we had exams on, they get prizes, which gives us vouchers in a specific bookstore. And let's just say I got 12 prizes, and so I have a good amount to spend in the library. So I'm gonna go buy some books books and whatever I can find there. And I'm not gonna take you guys with me for this because I need to put my phone on the charge because I used its battery while waiting for my appointment, like while in the waiting room. So basically now I'm gonna go and I will update you once I get back home. Bye. Before, but it's Island. Almost a bit science fiction in a way, but it's so before, but hey guys, so I've done a bit of studying. I looked through the second topic of biology and I started making flashcards on chemistry because of that second test I have. And now I have an eyebrow appointment that I quickly have to go to. Basically, I get my eyebrows waxed like twice a week. No, sorry, not twice a week. Once every 2 weeks, there we go. And I have an appointment, so basically I'm gonna go, and then I also have like laser later today. So in between those 2 appointments, I am going to be doing some more studying. But yeah, basically that's the plan for now. I'm gonna go, so see you later.
Yeah!